I'm currently in a ryokan, and that's why I thought let's talk about staying in ryokans and what you could do and what you should probably not do, how to avoid the common mistakes if it's your first time in a ryokan. So let's start. So first, let's start what a ryokan actually is. A ryokan is a traditional Japanese guest house. Ryokans have been around since the samurai time, and it's actually just recently possible for Westerners to book ryokans easily because normally people in a ryokan speak Japanese. It's meant for Japanese travelers, but like over the last years, a few ryokans have really picked up on that international tourist thing. So they have started having people around that speak English. Some of them are even bookable over websites like booking.com or Agoda. And so it's more accessible now, and I think that's a great thing and a really cool way to experience Japanese culture. So I definitely say go for a ryokan, do it at least once when you're in Japan. But as I said, there are a few things, and I got like 5 rules or tips for you to follow so you don't make an idiot out of yourself when you're there the first time. Rule number 1, the thing with the shoes. The first moment you enter a Japanese building, not only a ryokan but a traditional one, you should take off your shoes. You leave them outside and you get like slippers to go inside. That also goes for a ryokan. They have them in various sizes, including king size, which is what normally men in Europe will need, or in North America. And then you just go on with those shoes. But the moment you get to the toilet, never step with them in the toilet. There are toilet slippers. They are sometimes marked as toilets, sometimes not. But just so you know it, you let your slippers outside the room, you use the toilet slippers, and once you go back, don't forget to change back to your normal slippers. Just Rule number 2. You're wearing a yukata like I am at the moment when you're in a ryokan. And so there's one thing you need to know about the yukata. It's not difficult to wear, it's not like a kimono, but you always put left over right. Only for that they put right over left. So left over right, and then take just the obi, that's like the sash that goes around it to close it. Just close it tightly so it doesn't open while you walk in, because you don't wear anything under a yukata for normal. Rule number 3. There's dinner normally served in a ryokan as well as breakfast, and dinner is served at one time, and that's when you are supposed to be there because the food is prepared incredibly fresh of good ingredients, and they will put it on your table if you are there or not. So if you want to have your food warm, be there at the time that they tell you that dinner is served. Breakfast, sometimes the same, sometimes it's buffet style, but usually stick to the times. Rule number 4, or better, tip number 4. If you enter your room and you can't find your bed, don't fret out, it's normal. A ryokan in the traditional way is all measured in tatami mats, and you're not sleeping on the tatami mats. Look around, there will be a cupboard somewhere, and in this one there's futon mattresses that you will put on the floor once you're going to go to sleep. And you put them back in the morning if you want to use it as a living room. There is a bed. You don't have to sleep on the tatami mats. Seriously, I've heard of people who did that. If you're staying in a ryokan that has an onsen, awesome, something I would definitely recommend. There are a few more things you need to take care of because onsens have their own etiquette, so I'll make it short. Basically, most onsens are gender separated. Men go into one, women go into the other one. There are some that are mixed. I think they are the best because then you can go with your partner. But in those ones it's especially important. Normally you go there naked, there's no swimwear. There are a few ones now that are westernized, but don't wear swimwear in the onsen normally, okay? Just prepared to go there skinny dipping. But for the females, there's usually like a towel you wrap around yourself so you actually don't see anything. And for the man, there's a tiny handkerchief they can put over the lap to have some decency. So be prepared to go there in there with the towel as a female. If you're only going to female one, you might go skinny dipping, but still modesty is fine if you want to. And there's also another reason why a towel can be incredibly helpful, and that is tattoos. Tattoos are absolutely frowned upon in Japan. It has to do with the Yakuza, the Japanese mafia, and as you might know, I actually have a tattoo, so I always cover that. When I go to an onsen, only onsen, I just usually use a bathing suit, or I cover it with like a big band-aid or something. That's acceptable. You'll see a lot of people with very big suspicious band-aids around onsens. Or in this case, for me, super easy. I just wear the towel because mine is on the hip, so no one knows it. So it's just like, kind of stick to that etiquette if you're there, and try to at least do your best to cover it up. They might accept it because you're a Westerner and they know you're probably not a member of the Yakuza. Still, I think it's nice to stick to it. And last thing, shower, or better rinse before you go in the onsen. Don't go in there dry. You should actually do that as well in a swimming pool in the West as well. Just shower before you go in there dirty, but here it's really, really, really important. So shower, skinny dipping, cover decency, to hide the tattoos. Yeah, so then you're good to go even in a ryokan with an onsen. So was it my 5 tips how to survive your first stay in a ryokan without making a complete idiot of yourself. I hope this helped you, and if you have any more questions, don't hesitate to ask me, just comment. And of course, I have a blog where I also write a lot of reviews and other usual help. That's like www.friendlyzara.com. It's also in the description. And of course you can follow me on Instagram. That's my main source, and you can always DM me on Instagram as well. So thanks for watching.